Hello, everybody. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, especially. Really warms my heart to see this content being shared. We can share, puppy pictures and cat pictures. They're all so cute. And that's fine and dandy to do, but there's just so much good that we can do in this world if we share that which is good and seek for those things and put those things in front of us, and the algorithm and everything will work to bring more of that into our lives so then we can share it with others. I know 8 million people on this planet is a high, kind of lofty goal for us to be able to reach and make, change and lift each one of those human beings. But I know, and I believe it's exponential. So let's say I help 10 people, and then those 10 people help 10 people, and those people help 10 people. Before you know it, we've hit that 8 billion and blown past it. So I really feel that we each hold an integral part in that plan, and we each can make a difference if we truly want to, right? It's a choice, right? We can sit back and consume and complain, or we can make a choice to go do something about it. So I wanted to share today a little story. So 3 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago anyway, it's like been 4 or 5 weeks already, we went on, my family and I went on a cruise. Now, I always swore that I'd never go on a cruise. I didn't really, I had never gone on one, so I didn't have the experience. But I always kind of thought, oh, I'm going to go stir crazy, sitting at, eating all day. And anyway, I had these false notions. I enjoyed myself. It was a good experience. I'm glad I did it. But the story is actually about somebody else who went on a different cruise, same cruise, but a different cruise liner. So Alaskan cruise, but a different liner. And they went with some family friends from Arizona. So these family friends really wanted to see an eagle. So they paid for one of the excursions, which are super expensive, to go see and find eagles. These excursions usually are around the same price as like a, airplane ticket to Mexico, or like they're pretty expensive. But this was really important to this person, so they went and did it. They paid for 4 people to go find some eagles. Well, they went. They actually extended the time that they were supposed to go because they couldn't find any. They ended up finding one, and they saw it. Sorry, I have a blood blister. They found one, and it was a very far distance. So it was kind of like a waste of money, right? Well, I caught myself. I started to think, wow, this person must have been like, losing a few sandwiches short of a picnic sort of thing, right? But I found myself going down that thinking, right? Of, wow, they shouldn't get their money's worth. They can, they weren't very smart with their money. So all these thoughts and names actually were coming to my mind. And I thought, whoa, wait a sec. That's not me. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to put that out into the world. I don't want to attract that into my world. So I started thinking, well, wait a sec. The reason I'm thinking that is because I can drive. I could probably even look out my window and see eagles. I can drive not even 10 minutes, maybe 6, 7 minutes, and see many, many eagles, especially at certain times of year. They're lined up, and pretty much year round I can see them. So because of my perspective, and because it's something that's very abundant in my life, I'm putting judgment on somebody who does not have that, and has a desire to have that, and went looking for that, but couldn't find it. Yeah, I am throwing judgment on them. So I wonder how often we do this in our world. I wonder how often, I know I do, and I'm constantly catching myself from judging others and thinking they're ridiculous, or thinking, why are they doing that? Why are they driving that way? Why are they doing this or that? Whereas maybe it'd be more productive for me to be maybe curious about why they're doing that, but curious about why I am judging them. What do I need that I'm looking for through that judgment? I don't know if that made sense, but basically, rather than attacking, being curious about where I'm at, okay? So this idea has many facets about this, other people have abundance, and they're judging people from that place of abundance. So this idea has many facets, one of which is there's this truth that I've heard many, many times, and I believe it's 100% true, that there's somebody, the things you're complaining about right now, somebody else on the planet is praying for that. For example, you're complaining about your kids, there's somebody on the planet praying to have kids. You're complaining about your job, there's somebody on the planet, probably in your backyard, praying for a job, right? Not in your backyard, but you know, in your neighborhood. So we really need to be careful of being thankful for what we have, always growing and always, you know, looking for more, but happy and content with what we have. Now, I know that word content can think that we're not growing, but I think it's okay to also be satisfied with where we're at, happy with where we're at, but always striving for more, okay? So I know there's some words there that have some different connotations, but I think you get what I mean, that we need to always be growing, but grow from a place of abundance, not a place of lack, okay? If I'm coming from a place of lack, I'm going to get more lack in my life, right? If I'm coming from a place of abundance, I'm going to get more abundance in my life. I love that fact. So basically, I can dictate what I get in my life. I mean, the world's going around and other people's choices are going to influence me. So junk's going to happen. But I get to dictate how I go through that junk, right? So, or do we judge another person's wisdom or even sanity based on our perspective or our own experience? So has anyone ever done this to you? Made a judgment of you before they even knew you based on something they already believed about the world? Well, guess what? We do this to other people all the time. So yeah, we're quick to judge or quick to say other people are judging us. Well, we can't control that, right? All we can control is how we judge or how we don't judge others, right? So if we went to each person that you love, okay, each person, let's say 10 people that are closest to you, and you really went to them with a desire, with no hidden agendas, a desire to understand how they see the world, what makes them tick. If we were to do this, I wonder, I'm curious about how, first of all, how the world would look through their eyes, but also how we would see the world different. Now, I know the skill of listening and really being present and really, having a desire to understand before you have a desire to be understood is a very good listening technique. But I'm talking about talking to these people with no agenda. So you're just 100% going in to find out what the world looks like, or these different experiences look like through their eyes. What would happen if each of us listened to each other with curiosity instead of judgment? That's hard. It's hard to do. But guess what? It's worth it. Would wars calm down? Would quarrels cease? Would there be more peace in our homes? Would there be more peace in our hearts? We can't control nations. Well, most of us, right? But we can control what goes on in here, and therefore what we do and how we show up in the world and how we affect other people. Okay, that's what we can control. We're not talking about what's right or wrong. We're not talking about whose perspectives are right or wrong. We're just talking about understanding and being curious about other people, to understand what makes them tick, and then be sincere in our caring. So I challenge you to join me in being more deliberate in sharing, caring, and love in this world. And remember, do this out of a desire to be curious and then grow your own perspective, but also because we are all put on this planet to inspire. Take care, everybody. Thank you, and let's grow together.